Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow, there lived 3 little pigs. Each pig was eager to build a house of their own so they could live happily and safely. One day, they decided it was time to leave their mother's cozy home and venture into the world. The first little pig was the smallest and the most carefree. He wanted to build his house quickly so he could spend more time playing. He gathered some straw and built a flimsy little house. It took him no time at all.
Now I can play all day.
The second little pig was a bit more cautious, but still wanted to get his house built quickly. He decided to use sticks. He gathered a pile of sticks and constructed a slightly sturdier house than his brothers.
This will do just fine.
The third little pig was the wisest of the three. He knew that a strong house would keep him safe from any danger. He decided to build his house out of bricks. It took him a long time to gather the bricks and mortar, but he worked hard and built a sturdy home.
It may take longer, but this house will be safe.
One day, while the 3 little pigs were settling into their new homes, a big bad wolf came to the meadow. He was hungry and smelled the pigs nearby. The wolf approached the first little pig's straw house and knocked on the door.
Little pig, let me come in.
He growled.
Not by the hair on my chinny chin.
Squealed the first little pig.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
Roared the wolf. With a mighty blow, the wolf huffed and puffed and blew the straw house down. The first little pig ran as fast as he could to his brother's stick house. The wolf followed him to the second little pig's house. He knocked on the door.
Little pig, let me come in.
He growled.
Not by the hair on my chinny chin.
Shouted the second little pig.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
Bellowed the wolf. The wolf huffed and blew the stick house down too. The 2 little pigs squealed in fear and ran to their brother's brick house. Finally, the wolf arrived at the sturdy brick house and knocked on the door.
Little pig, let me come in.
He growled.
Not by the hair on my chinny chin.
Squealed the first little pig.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
Roared the wolf. The wolf took a deep breath and huffed and puffed with all his might. He huffed and puffed, but the brick house stood strong. The wolf was furious and tried again, huffing and puffing even harder. But no matter how hard he tried, he could not blow the brick house down. Frustrated, the wolf decided to sneak in through the chimney. He climbed up onto the roof and peered down the chimney. However, the clever little pigs had a plan. They quickly built a big fire in the fireplace and put a pot of water on to boil. When the wolf slid down the chimney, he fell right into the pot of boiling water. With a yelp, he jumped out and ran away, never to be seen again. The 3 little pigs cheered and celebrated their victory. They were safe in the sturdy brick house. From that day on, they lived happily ever after, knowing that hard work and careful planning had saved them from the big bad wolf. And so, the moral of the story is, hard work and perseverance pay off in the end.